You've clicked on this video, I'm sure you've seen the red pill implosion of the world's hardest alpha bald male. Which begs the question, what's with all these bald guys shouting at me every time I come on the internet?
You're wrong! 60% you will not be here on Friday!
We will look into how these quote-unquote alpha males have long been working their way into masculinity circles, giving terrible advice, as well as the general scattering of them on social media. First off, what's he doing on the Fresh and Fit podcast?
It's a bit of a weird position to be in when your main vocation is telling people how to be an expert criminal, telling guys how not to drop the soap, showing which race you should be with on the prison yard so you don't get stabbed up.
The homies over here, and we never intermingle. Maybe in passing we'll say what's up, but we ain't working out together.
That's just the way we talk in the clink. But a lot of fun talk about.
I don't really understand what overlap with the manosphere this has got, and I don't understand why he was there, but he was there, and we got some prime internet garbage for you. 1 minute he's talking about getting tens.
Don't give me relationship advice to my 10.
The next minute he's talking about phantoms with personalised rim jobs.
I grew up hustling. There has to be rims on my goddamn Phantom. Go out front.
The next eats talking about guys with breasts. I like personalised rims, but not the one he's talking about. I like the rims that have got a job. You know, like a rim job. All of this information might be beneficial to you in little nuggets, but when you've got to sit through 4 minutes of steroid call shouting, I don't think it's worth it.
Out of this 4-minute yap,
Yeah,
there's probably 20 seconds.
20 seconds of goodness.
Financial freedom, and you should probably be in shape. Other than that, like you say, it's just, I get cars. I was around in 2022, it was only 2 years ago. I've seen Andrew Tate. I've seen knockoff Andrew Tate. I've seen knockoff Andrew Tate.
And then this guy.
I don't need more.
Yeah, I've had it crammed down my throat enough. Being shouted at by bald people, I don't get it.
I'm petrified, mate. I'm 5 decibels into this microphone and a couple of years of air loss away from... Is this my fate?
If you raise your voice in about a year's time, you're fucked. Guys, we're going to be doing a Johnny Sins tutorial. We're going to be shaving each other's hair and screaming at you. If you want to give us £18,000, then that would be greatly appreciated.
Give us 20 if you want.
I'm
completely fine, because Daddy needs them phantom rims too. Then Andrew Wilson wants to come in. He's on this debate stage thinking, what have I got myself into? He's talking about Christian ethics. He's talking about materialism. And within, I think it's 40 or 50 seconds of Andrew wanting talk, the big man's straight back.
And it's to achieve something greater
You have
than
money.
the person.
Does he have money?
He's offended straight away. And the thing is, nothing Andrew said is offensive. He's only just started his speech. He's talking about the things he's going to get into. People like this, Wes Watson, they tell on themselves all the time. The second he even brings up materialism and wealth, he starts crying his eyes out straight away. Because this is the thing, Andrew's there talking about God, but little does he know that he's offending Wes's God. And who's that God? Money. The second he talks about materialism, he's offended for no reason and he's straight on the attacks.
That guy has a family he wants to take care of. I think I'd value that over a phantom.
Is the phantom thing in Halo? What's that called?
Yeah.
Is it phantom or the ghost?
It's a ghost.
Oh, it's the ghost. See, if he had the ghost with personalised rims, then I could understand, because Andrew's kids them kids.
Are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything else is worth more than your children?
My dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table.
Why can't he answer the question, what's worth more to him, the kids or his car?
Because his car's worth more. He then promptly says, in the middle of the row, you started coming at me about other shit.
You started coming at me about some other
Well, he didn't know. He just provided a preface to his counter-argument. And you're absolutely furious, fuming. The other guy gets involved, Mr. Chippy. You start giving him a load of shit. What is wrong with you, Wes? You know what he needs? He needs a fat zoot of that lemon haze. He needs to calm down, you get me?
Some of that prison
Some of that prison stuff.
Yeah, that's his problem.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to get that prison green.
That prison green, yeah, exactly.
Everybody's seen this format before. Fresh and Fit are in the middle. They clear the moderators. There's 3 or 4 guys on Wes's side. There's 3 guys on the other. It's clearly set up as like, at least a conversation, maybe a debate. What did he expect? That everyone was just going to come on the podcast and agree with his views?
Oh my God. I can't believe someone thinks opposite as me. Because you don't have it in your head, that people are going to have different views because you're loud, you're massive. You don't think anyone's going to disagree with you.
Like we've said before, there's a big movement online about stoicism, not being emotional. Bro, 50 seconds in.
Emotional control gone.
You can understand why he's in jail. The second somebody disagrees with you, he's wanting glass him.
Imagine him with a couple of beers in him.
There is something to be said about like being in shape and being presentable. Out of everything he said, the one thing I do agree with him, no matter what your opinions are, whether they're right or wrong, I do think you should present yourself better. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you should go out and call people out, call them. But if you look presentable, people will think you've used as presentable. So I do understand that to some degree.
You won't be in shape, you won't be presentable. But let's talk about presentability. He's come on this little show, bright red steroids. He's got Forever 21 ripped white jeans. He's got his favourite pair of J's on, and he's got his spray on white top. Now, if we're talking presentability, who's really most presentable there? Yeah,
he looks no different to your standard chav who's all of a sudden he's 23, he's grown up, he's got a bit of money, and now he's got veneers.
Oh my god, there's a fucking thing in the bread! It's a snake! I'm not even joking, it's an actual snake!
Exactly, yeah. He's dressed like someone who doesn't know how to act when they've got money.
Yeah,
that's exactly how he's dressed.
Yeah,
different guys on the
this
panel.
is why most people don't invite me places.
Guys.
Yeah, we can tell.
Have different.
I think what
I picture someone who gets a couple beers in him and he starts screaming the place down about nothing. Anyone looks at him the wrong way, he'll say, "What, bro?" I imagine people don't invite him to places because this is a constant. He's making a scene because of his insecurities.
Well, it's perfectly summed up by this one. Are you crying? No, bro, but I can make you cry.
We're gonna move on.
You cry if you want.
What's that mean?
Immediately straight back. And hearing that from a drop the soap convict, I'm thinking to myself, how will you make?
Bit sussy.
Ohio.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. If I got you 2 tickets, you and your lady, you go to the Fresh and Fit IRL experience, and these boys start yapping at each other. What you doing? What's your reaction? You got front row, you got access to him, yeah? What you doing, man?
Well, you know me, I'm a punctual guy. So
Yeah.
I'm there half an hour before. I'm looking at the confectionery stand. I'm going there, getting a bit of popcorn, getting some Starbucks, Pepsi Max, maybe even a Tango Ice Blast. If that's on sale there, it depends.
Okay.
As soon as this Wes starts talking all this, I'm thinking, this ball guy's I'm there. Everybody knows cola bottles are the worst. I'm getting these cola bottles and I'm throwing him. Wes is down at the debate stage. He's there with nothing but cola bottles stuck to his head. But at this point, I'm just finding it funny.
Yeah.
I'm down to the gummy bears. These are my favourite, but I'm thinking, is it worth it? I'm throwing the gummy bears at him.
I get that you've been in prison, and I get that you've had some sort of dog-like mentality where it's a dog-eat-dog world, but I have no idea where, for the most part, these guys have got it into their head that they are bullied hard. I'm not on here saying I'm Muhammad Bruce Lee.
I don't care if it's Muhammad, Imad, Bruce Lee.
This seems to be very much an archetype of the internet at the minute. Big, bold, brash guys who can fill anybody in. True Geordie, I'll bang Conor McGregor. Bradley Martin, I'll bang any UFC fighter who's less than like £200, and it's just... You wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. Let's get it straight.
Just be humble. That car's way more than mine. How'd you do it? You make more than me. What's up? Like,
it's got nothing to do with being financially free. They want all the statement pieces to rub in people's faces, and this is the prime example of it.
Do you know who said that? Me, in our last video. Go and watch it.
Now, if you actually watch that video into its entirety, Myron comes in at the end and he says, if you listen to everything that's been said, both have got points. He actually says that both are right, but they're not. Wesley's wrong in most things he says. But there's a couple of things he's right on. Keep yourself in shape. You do need to be financially free. This is the point of this channel. The two can be intertwined. You can be a religious, family motivated person, as well as somebody who's financially free and enjoys spending money on things here and there, but not taking it to the point where you're a consumerist or you're a materialist.
It's okay to have materialism. It's not against Christian ethics to become rich, become wealthy. But I just think it's all beside the point.
I think the drama's highlighted a great hole in the manosphere, which is the fake alpha males and people like Wes, and we'll cover that in greater detail in our next video. But you've got to remember that as the consumer, there is going to be some right points in there. In the 4-minute yap tirade, there are some golden nuggets of information. You, as a person, just have to be a human filter, a human bullshit filter. You have to filter out all of the nonsense, take the good bit of information, and move on. You don't need to listen to it all. And ultimately, being shouted at by bald lunatics, I don't really get it. It's a bit of a, might be a bit of a fetish thing, I don't know.